All right, gang, we're here for a weekly press conference. Currently playing FIFA with Dr. Lowe as he's recording his press conference and listening to the crap coming out of his mouth. Had a good week this week against Jesse. Really close matchup. Got the points that I needed to. Really speaks to the notion that, each individual decision in the week matters. Going into the week, I was going to play Dylan Gabriel in one of my QB spots. Kyler got ruled out. Went ahead and picked up Brissett. He scored, 8 more points or whatever than Dylan Gabriel would have. And that was kind of the difference in the week. So, that one decision was really big. Likewise, within the game itself, decisions really matter. Monday night watching CJ Stroud, they were at the goal line a couple times. If they run in the ball and he doesn't get that late touchdown, I don't win. It's the margins are that tiny. We look around the league. Other close matchups, Lowe and Jackson, talking about one potential change. Obviously, Agbuka is hurt. That decision, is the difference there. Jackson goes with JMO, and we know what happened after that. So, decisions matter. Moving ahead to this week, I have a couple people on bye, but I'm hopeful that, we get the 2 stud QBs back. We'll see if Lamar plays or not. Made a trade with Ryan this morning. Rumor is he was talking crap in his press conference. I gave him Stroud for Hampton. Stroud's my QB3. He's been meh this year. He's going to give you like 15 on any given week. Ryan obviously had some QB issues. For me, hopefully I never had to play Stroud in the first place. And quite frankly, if one of my, QBs do get hurt, there's always going to be another QB on the waiver wires, whether it's from the Ravens or the Bills, their backup, or some other QB. That's the magic of having a 3 QB limit in the league. And quite frankly, that QB is probably going to get me 10 to 12. So really that drop off, should I need a QB3, is 5 points any given week. And Stroud's not like a sure thing, so I felt that he was expendable. And getting Hampton, gonna be hurt for a couple more weeks. Some debate out there if he's gonna be out till week 10, week 13, whatever that case is. Even if he's out till week 13, that gives me 4 or 5 weeks of him, right around playoff time. As another weapon, that's after the trade deadline. So if I needed RB help, I wouldn't be able to get it at that point. So it's good to kind of have that stash. Let's say when my RBs goes down, it's a lot harder to find quality RBs on waivers than it would be to get a QB. So I felt that was a good trade. And I free up a roster spot in the short term. I'll have buys in my tight ends and my kickers and my punters kind of in that week 10 to 12 range. And so that gives me a roster spot that I can then fill with Hampton when he comes back in week 13. So all in all, I felt that it was, the trade itself was hard to value just given how unsure Hampton is. But he showed some good things early on in the season. And I think he'll give me some options late in the year. Likewise, just looking at the rest of the team, QBs obviously are looking good. RBs, Josh Jacobs Gonna revisit, all the flack I got at the beginning of the year. He's been doing everything I could have expected. Um, so he's kind of locked in there. Dobbins and Breece Hall both had off weeks. Dobbins, I think he's getting the touches. He's getting the yards. Kind of a bad game script for him. He didn't get really any good goal line looks, which hurt too. But I think once he gets back in the touchdown column, he'll be back in the mid to high RB2 range. Breece Hall is an interesting case. His backup got hurt. He's getting a lot of touches. Justin Fields wasn't doing him any favors. He's obviously got some pass catching ability. We'll see what happens with Fields gone now, how he picks up. Regardless, he's an RB3, flex play. So we'll monitor that moving forward. Wideouts, JSN's doing phenomenal. And then after that, A.J. Brown, good week. Hopefully he keeps it up. And then kind of this stable of interchangeable pieces with Flowers, who hopefully benefits with Lamar back. Jordan Addison, he'll be interesting to watch. He's had a good 3 weeks. And then Marvin Harrison, who, I don't know why, but I watched the entire Cardinals game last week, and he was getting open. Brissett wasn't finding him. I think Kyler, when he comes back, is a little more pass happy, able to just kind of chuck it down there. So I think his numbers will go up when Kyler gets back. Tyler Warren didn't get a tight end spot, and then special teams kind of been a rotating wheel for me thus far. Still looking for kind of that good defense to lock in. Dicker the kicker's been good. Punter continued to rotate as well, so we'll see. Likely some more changes to come, kind of the peripheral of the roster, as try and kind of even it out moving forward. We'll have an open spot once this trade goes through, so we'll see who I pick up. But yeah, we'll go from there.